So one of the biggest questions that I get asked when people are starting to read the Throne of Glass series is which order should I be reading these books in? More specifically, where do I read this one at, right? Even though the back of the book literally has it listed as the very first book you're supposed to read, there's still so much controversy behind this. Now, chronologically speaking, this is the prequel to the entire series, right? It makes sense to read this book first. If you really want to read the books in the way I believe they were supposed to be read, you're going to want to start with this one, right? But some people like to argue that the publishing order is the correct order to read them in, which actually places this book, I believe, is number 3. The problem is the 5 novellas that make up this book were all written before Throne of Glass ever even came out. Just because the publishing company decided to take those 5 novellas, turn them into the Assassin's Blade, and publish it at a later date doesn't justify reading this at a later time. Now, the good thing about this series is you're more than likely going to read it more than one time. So feel free in the future, your second, your third read, to change up the placement of this book, right? But your very first time jumping into the Throne of Glass series, oh, I highly recommend jumping into this book first. Seriously, the events that happen in this book, especially at the end, are going to stick with you throughout this entire series, right? And I feel like if you start with Throne of Glass, it's going to spoil what happens at the end of this book. But what happens at the end of this book is going to change you. It really is going to change you. And I feel like we need that. We needed that change. We needed to feel what we felt in this book so that we could feel it throughout the entire series. But again, that's just my opinion. First book, it's actually the only way to read this series.